Welcome back. It's been a while. Hopefully everything goes okay today. If it doesn't, I do apologize. But I think things are working so far. Just gonna make sure that all the audio is good. Today I'm gonna be making up bottom of this page here for the Captain America commission I'm working on. I don't know why that was doing that. So how's everyone doing today? I'm gonna get to work here in a second. Looks like everything's going good. Just gonna check the video. No flashing, no weird flashing like there was yesterday. Well, looks good. Sorry, I'm moving my hand so that I can test, see if there's any weird flashing. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're all good. And so, like I said, gonna be working on this Captain America commission again. Been working on it for a long time now, and hopefully finishing up soon. All right, let's get to work here. Just gonna jump in and start inking this thing. To anybody who, if the Instagram feed is still working, I do apologize. I lost my window for some reason. It wouldn't be Otis Frampton live without some tech problem, right? I wish that wasn't the case. I really do, because I feel like this live stream stuff shouldn't be as difficult as sometimes it feels like it is. But I guess if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? I feel like it's gotten more complicated over the years, which is kind of strange because usually things tech-based get more streamlined over the years. But I feel like it was easier to deal with these live stream issues when I was using Ustream many years ago. Feels like there's too much to. Come on. I will be very happy when I finish up these commissions for so many reasons. nice to be able to focus on my comic work and not have to draw on paper. I will not miss that. I do not like drawing on paper. I honestly don't know when or if I'll take another commission after this round. Unless it's just a full digital commission. Maybe I'll just go back to that. But I haven't had a good experience with trying to satisfy the very reasonable need of art collectors to have work on paper. That might sound weird from artists, but I've just never been much for paper, working on paper. I am a creature of digital. Most of it is, I've never liked drawing on paper, but part of it is my eyesight isn't what it used to be. Some people are probably sick of me talking about this, but it's true, because the brain tumor I dealt with in 2020 and this year was on my optic nerve, and it's really changed my eyesight. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice that I can see it all, considering the way things are going. I was preparing myself to be blind. I was almost ready for it. Luckily, I didn't have to do that. Knock on wood. Anyway, it's much easier to work digitally now. I'm able to zoom, the screen is bright so I can see everything. It's just tough for me to see everything. Get the level of detail that I want on paper now. think that for these top two panels, which I'm not inking right now, I'm going to do like individual brickwork and then do gray tones. But I think for down here, I think just to give it a different look, the bottom half, I might go with like black bricks. So it's going to take me doing stuff like this. Let me make sure that it's still on camera here. Yeah, it is. I know it's weird, but I gotta see if I can. I guess I can do it. Once I do it, I gotta commit to it though. So, do I do it now or do it later? Well, let's do this. So I didn't do the outlines for them, just the insides. Let's get some pencil work in here just to see how fine it's going to have to be. It's going to be pretty fine work. So I'm going to be very careful though, because I'm creating the white parts through negative space. So just do a few of these, just get it, just to see how it looks. I'll fill them in. The scene in these 5 pages that I'm working on for this Captain America commission is, it's just a couple of guys in a room talking, so I really wanted to do something different for the background, and I sort of leaned into the brickwork in the environment. Do I regret it? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Now I'm sort of kind of just eyeballing it. I know what it's going to take. And then fill some of these in, just to see how they look. But and then I'll, instead of just all white between the bricks, I'll add some gray tones with ink wash later on. Just gotta make sure there's enough there to actually have the ink wash. Alright, now I'm going to fill some in just to see what it looks like. And I'll go back to inking the characters. But like I said, I wanted to give this 4-panel sequence a little bit of a different look from the previous panels. So I think going very black on the bricks will look nice. Yeah, I think that's going to work fine. also look nice is he's got the two-way mirror behind him, so I'll have some like streaks going on. Look at some variation. Really set them apart. All right. Okay. Let's get back. Whoops. Back to work. Let's ink Mr. Jones. Actually, they're both Mr. Jones. Tommy Lee and Toby Jones. I think that's kind of funny. The two actors, both Jones, but very different. But I love this scene. I really do. It's a simple scene. It's not like the flashiest scene. But I love these two actors just going at it. And so when I got the commission to do the scene from Captain America as a comic page, I foolishly told the guy, well, you know, what if I gave you 5 pages for the price of 1 and did an entire scene? But I didn't think that there was one particular moment or a few moments from this scene that would work well on 1 page. That's why I was like, I think I need more room. So what if I gave you a little extra? Happy to do so. Just get the right thing in there. Oftentimes when I do a commission, when I take on a commission, if you give me more freedom to work the way I want to and do what I want to and do the subject matter the way I want to, you'll get something a lot more elaborate, I think, as opposed to trying to sort of art direct me. I think that's true for a lot of artists from what I've heard. They have the same sort of frustration when the commission client tries to art direct them. They're like, you know, if you just let me do my thing, you'd probably get a better piece out of it. That's the hope. At least for me. I mean, when I do a commission, that's essentially putting your work out there. You know, anybody who sees that commission, be it from the commission client or you posting on social media, that becomes, you know, part of your, what's the word? Canon of work. I don't know, it seems kind of lofty, but everything you put out there it should be representative of whoops, oh, screwed that up, of the kind of work you want to show, you know. And there have been commissions where I felt like there was so much input from the commission client as to what they wanted that it didn't really reflect my work anymore. There's one in particular, but that I did way back in like 2011. I don't think I've ever looked at it after finishing it. It was not my best work because I allowed myself to be sort of
pushed around when it came to what the client wanted, and you gotta find that balance as an artist, because you gotta be happy with what you're putting out there, on, you know, no matter what. Clean my fingers. And this isn't an advertisement, but I always mention it when I do this. Oh, my head's getting into the frame in a big way. I didn't realize that. Cottonelle. That's what I use to clean my fingers when I'm working in ink. Boy, I did not realize how much my head was getting in there. I think I need to change the angle a bit. Let me just do that real quick. Because I do not want my head blocking the view. Alright, let's get back at it. am watching the chat, so if anybody is in here and wants to say hi, I am watching. So I think I'm gonna go back to, well, let's do this guy Stella first. I'm gonna finish up these 2 panels, I think. Got about half an hour left. Let's get some of the brickwork done here. I'm going to go straight to ink on this, since I've kind of got a feel for how it's going to go on the other panel. What I might try to do, I'm going to do another show tonight at 7 p.m. Central. What I might do is try to finish up these 2 panels in between. Not sure if I can, otherwise I'll come back and work on the top 2 panels tonight. I won't be able to do any of the ink wash that I eventually have planned for this page, because I need to wait for the ink to really set and dry. I don't like risking any kind of bleed happening, so I like to give it at least a day before doing the ink wash on anything. And just to show some examples of ink wash on previous pages. I got, you can see these. Still want to add a couple of things to it, but here's another page with the ink wash on. I want to go in and actually do some more individual darken up some bricks here, like the way I did with this one. You can see some of the bricks are darker. It gives it breaks up the monotony a little bit. But I'm switching it up from page to page how I do the brickwork, just to give it a little variety. Not too much variety, but I wouldn't want every page to have brickwork like this on it. It would take way too much time. And I wouldn't want it all to be ink wash either, because I don't think... Oh, did I screw that up? I sure didn't I? That's fine. I can fix that later. Frustrating doing this super fine detailed repetitive work, but in the end it'll be worth it, because it'll look good. But while you're doing it, it's like, oh, does this even work? It's just so mindless and repetitive. But it's the end product that matters, right? And if any of you have seen the other episodes where I work on the color versions of this, because everybody who gets a commission from me gets a digitally colored version too. You've seen that I treat the background very differently in that version. It's much more sort of subdued and painterly, but for the original artwork, it's got to be ink. So it's got to be ink. I think I might be able to finish up these two panels by the end of the hour. I like doing these comic page commissions, not necessarily for the original art aspect like I'm doing right now. That can be frustrating. I'm not used to working on an 11 by 17 inch Bristol board for my comics. I do it all digitally on my comics, but I'm not the kind of illustrator that, I don't really like just drawing a character. It's not interesting to me. I like to have some kind of story going on, so this affords me the chance to be a storyteller a little bit, and mix things up a bit. So I'm not just drawing, hey, let's try Wolverine again. Again? Really? Okay. Some of my favorite comic artists, you can really see it in when they do commissions or cover work, you can really see the storyteller. And I love that. Daniel Warren Johnson is probably the best at it right now. Just an amazing illustrator and storyteller, and he merges those two anytime he touches the page. Really beautiful work. Daniel Warren Johnson. If you're watching this and you've never heard of him, I'd be surprised, but definitely go seek him out. His current project, he's writing a book for, I think it's Image right now. He's got a new creator-owned book that he's just doing the writing for. He just finished a run on, or I think he finished a run on Transformers. Also for Image, but I think it was Skybound that produced it. I could be wrong. But that's the last thing he drew. I think somebody else finished up the series on the art side. But like, if you've never seen his work on Beta Ray Bill or Wonder Woman Dead Earth, really great stuff. It's tricky working around these word balloons. How do they do it in the old days? Getting close. Probably have to go in with a white gel pen to extend that balloon tail to make it read a little better once I finish up everything else here. Actually, when I finish up the ink wash on it, I'll probably do that. One of the great things about this technique for doing the brickwork here is that if I don't fill in the individual bricks, they look a little sort of not straight. It actually only adds to the effect. I want that sort of uneven look. I don't want the straight lines. I was way too old before I realized how much I didn't want straight lines. How much more character something had when it wasn't just straight lines. It took me way too long to realize that. It actually took like a conscious effort of analyzing some of my favorite artists' work and being like, why does this work and what I'm doing doesn't work? And one of them was, don't use the line tool. Don't ever use it. You can use it as a guide and then draw over it. But using the line tool on its own to create line art is just death to charm. Which is another thing that I've noticed. about my favorite artists. I'm like, God, their work is always so charming. There's charm to it even in the darker stuff or the grittier stuff. So that's something that I think is really important to me. Thank you for attending my lecture on charm. No, but it really is something that once I realized that's something that I look for in the stories that I liked and sought out. I tried to get it into my work. I think for a while I even had I printed up on a piece of paper the words "Chase Charm" and put it up in front of my drawing area. I'll do that once in a while with an idea, keep me focused. Right now I have, I would show you, but I have no self-doubt, keep moving forward, and add more joy. Printed up and taped up on my wall, and then I have these two things that are like Star Wars related. These two placards say "Do or do not, there's no try," and then one says "Bleep bleep bloop bloop," which I think is good advice for any artist. You should all endeavor to bleep bleep bloop bloop. Does that make sense? All right, let's finish up this glass area with Tommy Lee. Figure out where we're gonna. I also gotta remember to add Tommy Lee's military stuff. His insignia. Some name tag and ribbons and stuff. You think I know what that stuff's called? I was in the Air Force.
going to touch up just a couple areas. Just to get the line weight a little better. All right. Let's see. A little light in their eyes. There we go. All right. I will be back at 7 p.m. Central, work on more of this commission. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.